Yo, what up everyone, this is AZN here. Today you guys are watching my figure review on the S.H.Figuarts Ultimate Gohan from the new Dragon Ball Super movie, Superheroes by Bandai Tamashii Nations, or Bandai Spirits Tamashii Nation, whatever. You already know what it is. So, let's just get right into it. For the box, you pretty much just get your standard Dragon Ball style packaging from S.H.Figuarts. You get the S.H.Figuarts logo, and also right here you get the Ultimate Gohan superhero text, both English and Japanese. You get the Tamashii Nation sticker approval. On this side you get like a picture of the figure itself, how it looks right at the box. We got Bandai, Tamashii Nations, Dragon Ball superhero, and the bottom says the same thing, and also have another picture of the Gohan figure. I believe that's the same illustration or picture. Anyway, the side you get these manga like panels of the promo pics of the figure, and also the back you get more promo pics of the figure, a little bit of the bio about the figure itself, and also a little bit about the design as well. In the bottom you just get a couple warnings like choking hazard, 15+, all that fun stuff, other Japanese writing that can't really read. So that's about it about the box. For accessories we get 2 sets of faces. He comes with a screaming or yelling face. He comes with a teeth grinning face. He comes with 2 splayed open Kamehameha hands. He comes with the martial art posing hands, and I believe these are like the new Ki Blast hands. They look like it, more slightly relaxed. I don't know, but I'll just refer to them as Ki Blast hands. Pretty underwhelming amount of accessories, to be honest. I kind of wish they put more with this figure instead of all this. I mean, if you're not counting the regular face that's on him and also the fist on him right now, I feel like even then it's still, the amount of accessories is still underwhelming. And I just wish it came more, like at least like a Ki Blast effect, like something, but we didn't. He does come with more accessories though. He comes with a Super Saiyan head and one with glasses and a cape, but the problem with that one is it doesn't come with this figure. It comes with the 2 characters. I'm trying to remember their name. I believe their name is like Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. One of them comes with the Super Saiyan head, and the other one comes with the cape, if I remember correctly. So you have to buy those 2 figures in order to get those other Gohan accessories, which I'm not really a fan of, because I feel like they could have easily put in the Super Saiyan head along with this figure, like what they done with the Saiyan Armor Trunks that we gotten almost 7 years ago. But that's just me. I understand why they did it, so they can capitalize off the movie and stuff like that, but personally I just didn't think it was that necessary. So I feel like we should have at least came with like 1 extra accessory at the least, but they didn't even do that. But anyway, I don't want to turn this into a rant, so I'm just gonna move on to the figure itself. Forgot to mention how to swap out the new face, because it's pretty much an update towards like the older figures. So you take this piece off, deattach this one, and pick the head you want. So I'm just pick this one, and there you go. It's pretty straightforward, to be honest, and I really like how they actually find a way to like make the seam lines hidden. I believe that's what it's called. I don't know, I'm kind of stupid, but yeah, like you don't see the seam lines nearly as much anymore like you had with past figures. So I thought that was a plus right there that they did. So yeah, and the hands are pretty simple to swap out. If you've been collecting figure arts for a long time, you've probably seen it like in 1,000 other videos, so I'm not going to repeat it here, but just showing you how the face works and all that. So yeah, the sculpting and detail on this figure looks really solid. The colors is nothing too much to write home about, since it's still pretty much the same outfit he wore in the Cell Saga, but the only difference is he's actually wearing like the black wristbands instead of like the red ones that match the waistband around his torso. But other than that, this figure looks really solid. I really love the sculpting and detail. Now I feel like it's worth pointing out that this is the 3.0 body, so this is sort of their first time using, I wouldn't say sort of, but this is their first time using this type of mode for this figure, and it just looks amazing, honestly. I also love how they add in extra muscles to it this time to give it somewhat of that older Dragon Ball Z style that looks somewhat reminiscent to like some of the dramas we saw like back in the 90s. I really appreciate that. All the wrinkles and stuff, like they even sculpted the wrinkles on the joints this time, which I don't believe they done for the 2.0 Goku. I could be misremembering, but I actually, you know what, I'll be back. I'll bring the figure. So I bought my Super Saiyan Goku 2.0 figure out, and you can already tell the difference between this new Gohan's body mode between the 2.0 Goku's body mode. It looks drastically different. Like there's a lot of changes they made. Like the shoulder pads this time is actually sculpted in instead of like, you know, how they was designed before with this weird looking gap right here, and it wasn't even painted either, so I never really liked that how it looked. I mean, I think this design is okay overall. It's just that this part where they didn't paint inside of like his skin is showing, that always kind of bothered me. With this figure they actually fixed that, so I really love this body mode, so you cannot see any skin on it at all, so I think that's great. And also the hair too is well sculpted. That's no surprise, and they usually pretty good with like sculpting hair, although mine's have a bit of nub marks on it. I don't know if the camera's picking up or not, but mine does have like a little bit of nub marks. But other than that, the figure looks clean. Like even the faces are well done. Obviously, you know, it's Bandai. They do a pretty good job with most of their Dragon Ball figures. But I think this is probably one of their better sculpting of the figure so far. Like everything just painted clean. It looks exactly like Gohan from the anime. So yeah, that's pretty much it about the sculpting. So let's just get right into the articulation. Articulation, his head can go that far up and that far down. He could look down really good, so if you want him to stare at at his own shoes, you can do that with this figure. His head can also go side to side if you want him to like warm up and, you know, like crack his neck a little bit before fighting. You can also do that as well. His arms can do a full rotation. I'm actually kind of scared to do that because I'm afraid I might mess this part up with the joint, but it came out fine, so I didn't mind risking that. Anyway, so it can go that far out. He has like a bicep swivel going on, so he can also do a full rotation there. And he also have double jointed arms, so that could be about over 90 degrees. Around the wrist, it can go up and down as well. The wrist is kind of getting away for it to bend a little bit further, but it's not a big deal. I think it's alright. Anyway, so we get like an abs crunch right here, so it can do it 360 degrees. It can go up and down. Around the legs, it can go that far out. It can go that far in. The back, not so much, but it's decent. Around the thigh area, it can do a full rotation. Around the knees or around the knee joints, it can bend about 90 or a little over 90. And around the foot, you get your 360 degrees. Toe joint can bend. I forgot to mention earlier doing the sculpting in detail. For those who are wondering why his Piccolo shoes look a bit like way less sharper than the original ones, is because I believe that's the new design for the movie. I haven't seen it yet, by the way, but I do know that this is like their newer designs for the shoes. I think Piccolo has it too, so I just kind of figured to point that out while I'm still remembering it. But anyway, so we got like a double toe joint, excuse me, so that could bend pretty far as well. And yeah, really good articulation, man. Overall, I'm really feeling this figure. So overall, I highly recommend this Gohan figure. I think it's really dope. I feel like it's a huge improvement in terms of sculpt and detail. The accessories, not so much. I feel like we could have got all those accessories along with those other figures that got released. Now, again, I haven't seen the movie yet, so I don't know if we're gonna like Gamma 1 or Gamma 2 enough to pick up the figure to get the other Gohan parts. I just personally, I wish all the accessories like the cape, you know, the face with the glasses, the Super Saiyan 1, that the glowing red eyes, you know, with him transforming into that beast mode, or like the new Super Saiyan mode that he has. I kind of wish all those accessories came with this figure, and I feel like it would have felt a little less underwhelming. The figure itself is not underwhelming at all. I think it's a really great figure. I think the posability, the detail, everything about it is just like, it's almost perfect. But the lack of accessories, I'm just not a fan of. I just don't think it's necessary. I understand why they doing it, so they can capitalize off the movie and stuff like that, so they can get in their bag or whatever. But honestly, if you want my honest opinion, I feel like all of those accessories should have came with this figure. But other than that, I think it's a dope figure. So if I have to rate it, I'm gonna give it an 8.3 out of 10. It's definitely a figure worth having in your collection. I'm just glad I just finally got another S.H.Figuarts Gohan, because it's been a while since I had another Gohan figure for this line. Since like, man, I think the first and last Gohan figure I had was the original Super Saiyan Gohan during the Cell Saga, and that came with way more accessories than this one, which was also $30, by the way. So I kind of just wish they still stuck to that instead of like doing all this, you know, you gotta buy this figure to have the other accessories and all that. But anyway, I'm talking way too much. So anyway, if you guys are curious where I got this figure from, I got it from Crunchyroll for about $30. They have a really great deal over there, along with the honey coupon code, not sponsored by the way. And yeah, overall, really solid figure. Definitely get it right now while it's still available. And yeah, I think that's my overall thoughts about this figure. So this has been AZN. Hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I hope you guys have a great, safe day. And I will be seeing you guys in the next one. Peace.